and one. Hi, YouTube. For those of you that are new here, I am Goddess Just Be. I help on a mindfulness journey. I'm a blood type connection catalyst. I personalize help. I provide personalized help for people as a mentorship based upon blood type in the areas of health and wellness, mindfulness, teaching people how to understand or get to know thyself, because getting to know yourself is to getting to know God. And the help that I normally provide, I do mostly consultations and mentorship. Today and every day, Monday through Thursday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, I come live and I have a room called the Shadow Realm. And this is actually the second week of our Shadow Realm session. We did a great job last week, and the people in the audience are able to be inspired in the areas of mindfulness, just getting to know their place and journey and see like-minded energies that's going through their shadow issues. I call this a Shadow Realm in an effort to for people to understand that there is light and darkness, and our job in the physical reality is getting to turn on the light. It's understanding that we are the light. We have to be the light in the midst of our darkness. And so I call these calls the Shadow Realm because I don't speak of these people's name. They sign up on my website, saltoftheearthpub.org. And when they sign up on the website, I get an email with their information to call them. I don't call out their name while on live. So if you want to participate, you can do so without feeling like you're being judged. And this is the most inexpensive way for me to do consultations online while still having content. So I help people in this matter because it's like a 2-for-1. I give them a large discount in comparison to what I normally charge. And their voice is heard, but yet their name is not known. And I'm able to assist them, and you're able to hear how I assist them because they may be a reflection of you. And so you might learn something from this person that I'm going to call today. I only have one today, so I'll get started. If you're on my website, this is a link, the gray button at the top. It says TikTok inside the Shadow Realm live calls. If you want to participate, that'll be how you do it right there. You click on that button, you fill out that form, and I'm about to call this person. I had an exciting day. Before I call this person, I want y'all to know my day was so perfect. It was so exciting, full of activities, full of physical workouts and stuff. I was on it. Boy, I got up this morning and I just felt like Forrest Gump. I just kept on running and running. And I really feel good. You need to try to run. How about you run one day? Hey, Rita, thank you for being here. Hey, Blue Diamond. Hey. My people up in here. That's a blessing. Continue to say that's a blessing. We're going to have to, when I be having church and stuff, we're going to have to have praise service. We're going to have to start singing some of them old school religious songs that's deeply embedded in our DNA. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm about to get started. I'm sorry I'm late, but y'all know my mama minister. My mama had me doing a program for the church, y'all. Picture that. We were just talking about on my last live how my mama in this religious idea of what I come up with. I can do 3 lives on this particular Tuesday. I did 3. And my mom was like, wait, them people gonna be all right. Do this for the church. God gonna bless you. So I had to do, I don't even know this pastor, but I did somebody pastor announcement in Canva for the church. That's a great feeling. Is that fast you're on? Yeah, my fast getting me right, boy. All right. We are blessed. Thank you, Goddess. We are blessed. Yeah. No more stressing. I like that, Albert. I like that. Good. Everybody good. All right, let me get to it because I'm just running off at the mouth. But yeah. Let me see. I wrote this person's number down here. Is this on? I hope it's on. Let me go to my Google Voice and move this so y'all don't see them people number. I can't share the people number with y'all. I'm gonna turn it this way because y'all probably looking. Let's see. Okay. Let me make sure none of it. Okay, y'all can't see that. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm dialing the number. Okay, I'm verifying the number. And I'm about to hit this button. Is it on? I hear nothing. Let me see. Hello? Hello. This is Goddess Just Be. I'm calling in somebody that booked a Shadow Realm session. Are you that person?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Just to let you know, we're live on TikTok and we're live on YouTube. You do understand that, right? Before we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, with that being said, what are we talking about today? What did you want to talk about, ma'am?
I just wanted to know what does it mean to be woke and what am I waking up to?
Ah, what does it mean to be woke? And what am I waking up to? For the most part, you're waking up to yourself. It means to know that life is happening through you, that you set the tone. You are the reason why you came forth in the physical reality to learn how to manipulate energy. And you now are being woke to the idea of yourself, that you're a God in physical form. And so when you realize that you're a God in physical form, you understand best that you're playing the game in life. And you're just playing to really get to know yourself, to have fun along the journey, because you can't get life wrong. So you're waking up to that, and you're forgetting the idea of being just a soldier per se in the army of the Lord, just an employee, just a daughter. You wake up to all knowing that you're everything, but yet nothing at the same time. And so you explore your nothingness and your everything in this realm. And there's nothing else that exists outside of you. You're waking up to 100% of brain capacity of every thought, every creation, every lifetime, everything, while still in human form. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you on a journey of trying to wake up? Or you think you're waking, or you think you're woke? Where are you in your journey?
I guess you could say that. I'm just trying to find my way.
Is it confusing to you though?
Very.
Okay.
And
Well,
I hear woke people talk all the time and like, what are you waking up to? I'm not sleeping.
right. It's not sleep like you're sleeping in the bed. It's about okay. It's about when you're a child. For example, when you're a child, you pay attention to those childish things. You pay attention to ants. You see everything that's at your level. You pay attention to bugs and the butterfly, and you do human imagination based upon what you see on the television with Elmo, SpongeBob SquarePants. You're kind of like in a state of being where you're carefree. To be honest with you, you're woke as a child more than you are as an adult. So you're carefree, you're paying attention to the simplicity of life and how people around you are acting. When you see an adult, if you're a child and you see an adult, you might be scared to go to a certain adult because you're reading that energy. And you're like a sponge box, you're a sponge pad yourself because you're absorbing everything around you. But then when those adults in that environment start to tell you're not a superhero, you really can't fly, you can't soar. Maybe one day you won't be a president. Maybe no, grandma's sick, grandma's gonna die, and all of these things that limit you. That's what puts you kind of like to sleep because you're sleeping on yourself. You're forgetting that you're you're an eternal being. And so adults kind of like they go to sleep. And then it comes a lifetime when they have to wake up to the idea that, wait a minute, that little girl, a little boy inside of me felt limitless. And there was nothing really wrong with that. So the children are really more woke, a good example of what woke is than anybody. They remember their dreams. They believe in themselves. They feel endless. They feel free. Does that make a little bit more sense to you? That's the best example I could think of at the moment.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful. I'm happy that you're interested in that idea, but for that thought, there must be something going on within that mind. There must be an expansion that your body is just ready to explore too, because you carry your inner being, your spiritual essence. It's like your soul essence wants to expand. And I'm just telling you that that's a beautiful thing. And I'm happy that you're there, because that question, that thought is going to lead you to another thought and another thought, because thoughts create other thoughts. And before you know it, you're going to be answering that question for somebody else because you're gonna get your answers that you've been seeking for.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, that's a beautiful question. You had anything else today?
No.
You good? How's your mindset about this woke experience? What do you think about it? Like, were you afraid of it? Like,
I'm not really afraid. I was just confused.
confused? Okay. Well, I'm hopeful that shines some light on you and gave you the clarity to understand it a little bit better. But when you really wake up to this that I'm trying to explain to you, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. You really, you'll really set in it and be like, oh, I get it.
Right. Right.
All right, babe. Thank you. Thank you for the request for the call. You be blessed.
Thank you too.
Okay, babe. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
That was interesting. That was an interesting call right there. What does it mean to be woke? What do y'all think about being woke? How do you explain being woke to somebody that ain't just there just yet, and for them to grasp it? Hmm? Hugs to her. I can hear in her voice she really wants to understand. Yeah, Katina. Yeah, yeah. And and when I was talking to her, I was thinking to myself, when I was a child, this is in the biblical text. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I thought like a child. I behaved like a child. But when I put away those childish things. And so, with that being said, I was thinking about the fact that sometimes as a child we don't grasp, we don't have the mindset just yet to grasp it, the whole totality of what a conscious person is saying. But I'm happy that she's on that journey. And so I was trying to put it to layman's terms as best as I knew how. But when you get it, or when you become, everything open up. And then you're like, I get it. Because now you're like on that meat. You know how they talk about being the babe in Christ, having the milk versus the meat. You're on that meat. And you now have the substance. And so the substance is the brain capacity, that empty space, that ability to absorb and put your mind, or wrap your mind about the idea of, wow, I'm everything, but yet no thing at the same time. The polarities coming together. Yeah, living life behind society norms, being imperfectly, yourself. Oh, wow, I like that. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to understand, because like when conscious people would talk to me before I became conscious, I'm like, what? And I would say the most ridiculous thing. But when I became conscious and I look back at those people that were talking about eating, they was talking about, being just energy. I just literally, to this day, I'll think about it and I'll just bust out and laugh at the silly things that I told them people. I remember I told somebody, they were telling me about, why don't you start taking care of your body a little bit more and, eating right. They wasn't even talking about eating right for the blood type, eating a better diet, and maybe, help you with da 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 da. I was like, if I gotta get rid of my pork chop, I don't think I'm signing up for that. I'm gonna just maybe rinse my pork chop off with some cold drink, because they say cold drink kind of like get rid of and wipe everything off. I'll put a cold drink on it, but I ain't letting it go. Because they were telling me, they were trying to educate me on the little maggots that be on pork. And I would say the most silliest thing. And it was a couple that told me this. And they They just looked at each other and they smiled. And it sounds so silly, but today, now I'm laughing. I don't eat pork, like, right, for example. And I'm laughing at myself every time I think about that. Like, wow, I was that asleep. I was that unaware to even be able to grasp or didn't have that will or desire to wake my butt up to nothing better, nothing healthy, nothing conscious, nothing all knowing. What the hell I was going to do that for? This is just is what it is. It's just like this. We got to do this because of this. And this here, and he hurt me, and she did this here to me, and he wrong for that. But when you become conscious, you become the conscious also of your beingness and a part of the story that you play. Yeah, so true. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to explain to other people. So yeah, that I still think I have turned against God. Yes, that part. That part. And that really matters is it pertains to me in a sense because well, I don't care what they think about me. Don't get that part twisted. But respectfully, for the sake of my mother, sometimes I think about that. And it used to bother me in the past because, like I said, my mother's a minister, and some of her little church people they'll come over here. Like for example, they really gonna be talking to my mom in the next couple of nights because I'm gonna pull out some cards, like right. But that don't separate me from God. Me doing cards. Let me tell you something. Before, if you on here and you have some kind of ill feeling about consciousness as it pertains to like cards and reading people, let me tell you, the pastors are reading in their way with the Holy Ghost, like right? They're giving like prophecy, so to speak, to the people. That is no different. What they really focus on is energy, frequency, and vibration. That's the same tool we all are using because it's only one source. It's only one God, one faith, one baptism. So when I read cards, I'm reading cards based upon numerology, based upon astrology, based upon my connection with my inner being. I might not call these things the Holy Ghost, but the energy, the feeling that I feel that tells me to stop on this particular card, stop and flip this one over. The feeling that I feel, I'm trusting my inner being, my energy. Yeah, just like the pastors are, just like the prophets are, they trust in their energy and they're prophesying based on that energy. Ever since I was a little girl, I was told about a gift of being a prophet among the nations by these prophets. So I believe in that walk of life because guess what? I understand that we all go to the source. We all have the innate ability. But what I would never do and would never want them to do is be afraid of me with this here walk, or I would never be afraid of them with their walk that they're doing because it's all God. And when if I was to judge them on their walk, which I clown my mom all the time and be like, well, you going to church, you know, but it's not about a judgment thing. I understand and respect my mom where she is in the church because I want that same respect because I'm into spirituality and I don't have to abide underneath the law of her rule no more, being that I'm not underneath her rooftop anymore. But at the end of the day, we are all, I promise you, we are all moving to the rhythm of the same beat because there's only one God, one faith, one baptism. That's it. It's hard to explain to church people, but we're doing the same darn thing. We're doing the same darn thing. And we move into the same thing called energy. Yeah, energy. Yeah, exactly. One source. Absolutely. That's it. Yeah, we are. Thank you, but Chef Corner. I think that was a really good um let me address this here because the background about to be changed. I'm about to change the background. For those of you who are so physical in oh, maybe I'll get more views if I had on maybe some Chanel and some Louis and yes, yes, yes. It's a fake background. See this here? This is a backdrop. See this here? This is not a step right here. Every time I come live, people want to know about this here. And I'm telling you something about your soul that lives on. This here, I'm sorry that this here really is the topic. It don't matter which one. I've ignored it ever since I put this here up here. But I have another background that I'm about to put up here. And so since we're about to say goodbye to this here background, for those of you who are into your material love life and you see this as abundance, you missing the part of this whole. channel and what I represent. This here is your true abundance. This is your true abundance. If you think this is all there is, oh baby, I I hope you come back, because there's more to you than this here. It's about this here. It's about this here, baby. If you could stay focused on the message, it'll bless your soul that want expansion. And then guess what? Your soul, when you expand your soul in your mind, you can get this here, many of these here, if you're that type of person. But trust and believe the person that you're looking at. Don't sleep on the person that you're looking at. I'm just a blood type B. We not braggadocious, but don't sleep on the person that you're looking at and miss the value, the assets, the gains that this person is teaching you in life. Because there's gains that you're missing that's right in front of your face. Yes, it's a fake background. You want to see clips? Let me show you. Look, there you go. You feel, look at the clip. See there, I clipped it up there. You see there? And sometimes on some, I'm gonna leave the clips so you can see. Sometimes on some of these channels, the camera be a little crooked, a little bit sometimes, and I'll see that it's crooked, but I don't care about that, because see, you're missing the message when you do stuff like that. This is a teachable moment. You miss messages, profound messages. You miss your inner being speaking to you, because if you could stay focused on the now and what people are saying in that moment, what happens is you in the now, that's what all of the blessings are. And so that way your inner being could give you something else, because you ain't worried about no backdrop. You ain't getting discombobulated back there. Lord forbid if I had a naked man pass right back there. Lord forbid if I had a little dildo or something. Nobody hear me. But this is going to help you. This teachable moment is going to help you, because what I teach here on this channel is you being uneffable with your energy. And that means uneffable with your mind. Because a double-minded person is unstable in all of his ways. Don't let that person ask nothing from God. Don't expect to receive nothing. This has everything to do with mindfulness and focus when you're meditating. If I was meditating right now, or we were meditating right now, that lets me know that some of you will be paying attention to this here and not the nowness or all that there is within here. It's a teachable moment. He who has an ear, let him hear. Let him hear. Let him hear. I tell my boys all the time, I ain't raising no dog. You got to have a strong mind in this game of life, because a backdrop should not be important. It shouldn't be important. It should be irrelevant. What's going on in the front of the drop? Do you hear this person who is speaking to you based upon her inner being essence from her soul? Do you miss that part because you're worried about the backdrop? So today, the last day actually for this here backdrop. So hopefully the next backdrop don't have y'all caught up. Okay, I'm going to switch backdrops. But remember, I'm in front of the backdrop. There's a profound message from Source coming to you in front of the backdrop. All of you backdrop people. Okay, I just got to let you know that, because we talk about the 3-second attention span. That is low frequency. You should be able to have an attention span longer than 3 seconds. 5 seconds is hard to attain for some people. Why is that? Forgetting what you're saying, having a fogged mind. Why is that? Why are people sick among you? Why is that? We're not supposed to get sick. We're not supposed to be distracted. We're supposed to be beings that are of power, love, sound mind, sound-minded. Sound mind. How can you have a sound mind when is that a real? I mean, I hear what you're saying about my soul, little lady. I hear you, but is that a real staircase or is that fake? God darn it, it's fake. Because I just don't want the people in my house, like, right? I'm a little introverted lady, so I'm going to have a little fake stuff up here from time to time. Yeah, because I don't need everybody in my house every day, seeing who pays it back there and stuff. Privacy to respect other people in the house. If that's okay. Not that I need that approval, but I just want to let y'all know what's going on. Don't get caught up into that. Don't get caught up into that, y'all. Learn how to hear people. Learn how to hear what people saying. Don't get caught up into my look. Don't get caught up into that. Because I dress up, I dress down, I work out sometimes, I have twist out sometimes, some hacks and something, but you're going to miss some profound stuff that your soul wants to know for expansion. Don't get caught up into that. One day I might have nails on, one day I might have nail polish. Don't get caught up into that. And that's going to help you. And it's not about you trying, I'm teaching you how to be easy on me. It's going to help you in your journey to see. I want to teach you how to see through the eyes of God. Discernment. Don't get caught up on what you're looking at with these eyes. Are you looking at me with this eye, or do you not know how to use this one here yet? If you don't know how to use this one here yet, I can teach you. But I really want you to look at me with these here eyes. That's what I want you to do. I want you to judge me not. I want you to feel me in here, in this here eyeball. Can you feel me in here? Can you see me in here? Can you hear me in here? Can you smell me in here? Can you taste in here? Because this here is where God lies. Your human imagination, your ability to focus. This is your superpower. It ain't about this here. It ain't. It never will be. And a lot of y'all, while I'm on this subject, a lot of y'all follow people for the aesthetics of things that look good out here. And them people, if you had this eye, you will see clear as day that them people suffer. Them people some of them people have no peace within. Some of them people come to me to consult with. Ain't that something? You'd be surprised. But when you get to this place in your journey, when you're healing others and you're consulting and everything personal, not that I'm braggadocious anyway, we want to tell y'all anything. That's private information. But you'll be surprised. The people that you think in the physical reality, they got everything together. Because you're looking at them with this here eye, these two eyes here, you think that I got everything together. No. Them souls be weary sometimes. So start to look at people. If nobody else, at least practice here while you're on my live. Look at people and see people through the eyes of God. You look at the eyes through the window and see this window of their soul. You look at their hand gestures. Let me teach you one simple little hand gesture trick. When somebody is speaking to you, and you can see like the palm of their hand, it's kind of evident, as far as body language is concerned, that they're letting you know that, hey, I'm not hiding anything. When somebody's speaking to you and they often touch their heart, that lets you know in that moment in time and space that they're opening up their heart. They're speaking from their heart. Yeah, let's practice that kind of stuff. Let's practice that kind of stuff. When somebody is speaking to you and they look up and they're holding their look up, they're calculating their thought. They are getting fed, and they probably don't even know this. They're getting fed from their inner being, their source. They're getting connected. If they're looking to the right, let me teach you this one here. If they're looking to the right, they're using the right side of their brain. They're using their brain, the right side of their brain, to connect to spirit or source, or getting an influence from the all-knowing infinite intelligence. But oftentimes when they look to the left, they are trying to create or calculate a false tale. See, but if you was looking through this here eye, you would know all of that. You wouldn't miss all of that. This here eye right here, don't even see this. The people that's using this here, they don't see this. Because they study me. They study my eye. They study my body language. They study the message. They're studying the fact. They already know that I look up here when I'm into my inner being. They already know that because they have this here eye. There's a difference. There's two people that see, and there's two ways that people see. Some people see this, but some people see inside of me right now. And if I was looking at this live, I would have missed this. Like, what? They have a staircase. What? A staircase. Well, let me go back. I would have missed that because I would have been in tune to this, of this person that's speaking before you. I want you to learn this. And I would have been in tune to this. And why she keep looking over here? Is there somebody over there in that room? What she be doing? And I would have been paying attention to the fact, when she's saying something, even if she get off the subject, she go back to it. She's not missing a beat. What's going on with that? Some people that listen to, they miss a beat and they forget what they were talking about, and they be like, yeah, y'all tell me in the comments what we were talking about a minute ago. But she has the ability to focus. Impressive. That's the kind of stuff I want you to understand. That's called discernment. You could do this when you're following them so-called people that call themselves conscious people. The men that did their dirt back in the day, and they little Vienna sausage ain't working no more, and so they decide to give back to the masses and help the other girls who they ain't do nothing with. But then meantime, they probably done mess over them people's mama and stuff. I'm just creating the scene. Those men right there, yeah, you need discernment for them. And then if you had discernment for them, a lot of you ladies who support them men that call themselves coaches now after they done ran through your mama and your grandma, you would look at them and be like, nah, Because let me tell you, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Let me tell you, they have a guy. They have a guy. And I'm not saying this in a messy way because I don't condone mess and all that. He's on a journey and he gonna grow, he gonna evolve in one of his lifetimes. All I know is the truth. He's a dark-skinned man. And as soon as I saw him, I'm not about to talk about his business. Maybe if you know him, you know him. But as soon as I saw him on TikTok, I saw his energy. I read him instantly. And guess what? Blocked. Let me tell you something about him. I never went back. But here's how discernment works for me in my journey. I saw duets. This is how I knew of something. I don't even know what his drama and stuff is about. I saw duets of LaTruth going through some issues. Right? And I thought to myself, who is this LaTruth person? Why are people duetting, conversations and arguments or whatever? And I went in my phone. And I'm like, oh my God, I blocked him already. So let me block these things. So I started blocking all the people that was duetting the LaTruth little story because I didn't want to be part of that chaos. I'll tell you another one that's famous. I won't tell you two because the last one, y'all might know of him too. I'll tell you another one. Even Miss Lizio, discernment, baby. Discernment works for you so much. If you don't feel right when I see it, I keep it moving. There you go, Katina. And always do that. Because we have an internal GPS system that never leaves us wrong. This Lizio lady, she's a famous lady. She sees some songs that I've heard, on music and stuff. But her energy was offsetting to me. Block. And she got a little circle. And she's really famous. Get up out of here, lady. You block. I can see through you. I don't care how many millions you got. You block. And so then now that she's blocked, now I see duets with people saying that she maybe treated her people bad. But I saw that instantly. How did you not see that? Because you wasn't looking through this here eye. You wasn't looking through the right eye. How did you miss that? Last but not least, let me tell you this here story. A couple of years ago, there's a guy I don't even know because I don't follow him. He's blocked. When I was on Facebook, there's a guy. He called himself Intervene. He said, moving from the truck, Nature Boy. Thank you, Intervene. Nature Boy. He said, I want you to move from the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn. He had such a good message. And during this time, this was kind of like the beginning of me going, being a fruitarian and losing all this weight. And I saw him on Facebook. And I guess he saw me. Like, I never commented or nothing. But when I saw him, the energy was so lustful. So he would talk like, yeah, peace, reflection. You got a kind of men that just, the LL Cool J licking the lip kind of men that, like, what did you just happen down later? And let me tell you about this here true story. I'm at work. I still worked at that time. I didn't do early retirement just yet. So Nature Boy sends me a message. He sends me a message and he says to me, yeah, true. Yeah, the skits with his wife or whatever. Now they're divorced. Yeah. He's a narcissist. But I felt that already. Within seconds. And so anyway, back to Mr. Nature Boy. He sent me a message and he was like, peace, goddess. I need you to move to the Capricorn, so anywhere between the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn. And I'm like, what? And I'm at work and I'm like, well, why am I doing this here? And he was like, just get out of the States. The States don't mean, that's Babylon. You know, peace, peace, God, that's Babylon. Tell all that you sell and come on. I'm like, bye-bye. Block. Now, mind you, I heard a couple of videos and I liked some of the video he was talking about parasites, but because I had picked up already on that handsome looking guy, he looks nice, but he was just too much of, he was hungry. He was hungry for more than himself. And I saw that. Why don't y'all see that? What's going on with your eye right here? It's closed. If your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. There are people in the physical reality that I can see clear as day. When they pass me, I can see the window to their soul instantly. Instantly. I know the gift that they, or the lesson that they come to bring instantly. This is knowing yourself so you don't get bamboozled in the physical reality. Knowing how to play the game of life is very, very important. Connecting to your inner being is important. Now here's the thing about connecting. You could play dumb. I just want you to make it a point that you don't be dumb while you're playing the game of life. Sift through them people. You could tell from this little bitty picture right here a lot about a person if this eye be single. I know I can, because I'll be blocking. In life, when you become woke, here's the thing about the game of life. This is what you're doing. This is how you play the game of life. When you woke, you bobbing and weaving. You bobbing and weaving all the way till you bob and weave your little butt in the bed at night. Bob and weave. And when you get in the bed, you, woo! Boy, you saw that? Oh, I liked how I bob from da-da-da-da. Oh, tomorrow we gonna win. Today we won. We made it past this level. That's really all you're doing every day, bobbing and weaving. Because trust and believe, the so-called negative energy, the narcissistic energy, it still is alive. But you are wise as a serpent now, but yet as gentle as a dove. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you want me to come over? You want me to come over there? You wanna date me? Oh, really? But you see right there, nah, not him. Your inner being is saying, nah, negative. Like, oh, no, I'm in a relationship, but thanks a lot. That's how you play the game of life. You already know. You ain't got to go on a date. You already know when this eye is single, because your inner being is guiding you to all of the light. Your inner being will never steer you wrong. Never. It's like your lifeline. It's like your ancestor that was before you that's going to pave the way for you. Pay attention to the energy of people, y'all. Learn to read energy. You really know, so true. Keep that head on. Yeah, it's very important. Okay? It's very important. Who you saying over here? Let me see. He was trying to get you out there in the forest with them, and then with the trip part about it, the little nature boy guy, it was maybe about a year or so later, and he was just wilding. He was on the rated R little channel. He had the women slobbing on doorknobs. I'm like, oh my God, thank you, inner being. You see how my inner being looked out for me? I could have been a chicken head and didn't have discernment. And was already, look at my life. I moved from New Orleans. I was already in a vulnerable state of being ready to move, ready to do something different, just like them little girls. But I had the sound mind. You see? He had them girls slobbing on knobs. And he I guess, bowing to him and all this. When I look back, I was like, oh my God. Oh my. When I look back and I saw his little kingdom, his little thing that he was building, and I'm like, oh, I'm so happy I blocked you. Look at here. But that's when you trust your inner being. I will put my life on what my inner being tells me. I will lay down my life for it. And if you don't trust yourself like that, you need to get to know yourself till you get to that level. I'll put everything. I would lay down in the busy darn highway if I had to prove how much I trust my inner being. I trust because I know I'm connected. That's where you got to get. And if you having trouble getting there, here's where you start off. You start off by not paying attention to the backgrounds when you're on people's lives. You start off looking at people in the eye and seeing what their passion and their true purpose is all about. You start off by when you go into the food court, you sit there and you watch people, you study people. Or better yet, you can start off in your house. You ain't got to go nowhere, because this is how I started the little introvertedness about me. I would turn the TV on because I still don't think I got a big old, I guess it's like a 60-inch TV or whatever that I'm looking at right here that I never turn on. But back in the day, I would turn TVs on and I would just look. I'm a hermit now, y'all. This is how it's crafting my gift, though. I call it a hermit. I call it introvert, but I'm a healed introvert, though. And I was crafting my gift as a little girl at that time and didn't even understand why I was like this here. People will call me weird, but I would turn that TV on, with it on mute, and I watch TV like that because I wanted to understand what the show was about without the words. Then I graduated from that. I will go to the Spanish channels. Yes, I would unmute the Spanish channel and I would just watch because I wanted to understand what was going on. I wanted to learn how to read energy. Yeah, I wanted to learn how to see people with this here eye. I wanted to learn body language. What you say? What? Well, I wonder what's going on. She's speaking Spanish. I don't understand Spanish like that. I'm not fluent in it. At this time, I wasn't fluent in Spanish just yet. And I was just sit there and watch. Just watching people. Start there. That's how you practice on discernment. When the phone ring, let me tell you, when the phone ring, think about who you think that it is calling. Just guess. Take an educated guess before you look at the name. That's how you work upon your gifts of discernment and reading of energy. And so when we get to this place of reading energy on these cards, it ain't gonna be about the card. It ain't gonna be about the. It's gonna be part of the numerology in the image, but it is also an essence. It's a knowing, a reading from my inner being that's telling me this is how you make sense of all of this. You got to realize that the card reader is using alchemy. It's the alchemist, right? How is she able to do this? Because she has a first eye open. She has the ability to see with her all-seeing eye. Y'all, we got to learn this here. This is our superpower. I'm so happy and grateful for the person who paid attention to the backdrop to allow me to give you this here message, because this is so important for you all, because a lot of you all that listen to me and follow me, you have a congregation, you have a tribe. You just really here soaking this here substance up, because you have to circle back around and you have to give to the people in your simulated environment. So this is going to be your act of service, but you need to understand that all times you should be looking, reading, focusing right here. This should be ruling you. Not the numbers. Who cares about how many numbers is over there? It's about, okay, am I connected to my right side of my brain? Do I understand what I'm saying? Are the words flowing through me? Am I using my words impeccably? Am I listening to what the word is that's coming out of my mouth? Because in the beginning of your journey, when I first started my journey, y'all, these words from my inner being was like, it was a lot. It was a lot. See, this is why focus is so important, because it was a lot. And so I used to talk real fast. Well, because I'm trying to keep up with this allotness. But it's not about being able to talk fast. It's about the ability to focus. If you focus, you ain't gonna miss it. You can't talk fast. It's flowing through you. Life is happening through you. You're always connected to your inner being. But can you focus though? This is a question. Can you focus on you? This is why I teach you how to learn how to focus on a dot on the wall. Focus on a dot on the wall and get into the now. Can you get into the now? Don't miss your blessing. Don't miss your blessing on this channel. Listen to when I'm speaking, because it's edifying your church. Your soul want this. Your soul needs this. It's been asking for expansion. That's the only reason why you're up in here. Not for no backdrop, yeah? All right? I listen with my heart. Does that make sense? It makes a whole lot of sense to me. I always do that. So true. Okay? Y'all hear me? I don't want y'all in no Tropic of Cancer, in the Tropic in Capricorn, slopping on no knobs up in here, yeah? You read them people. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Read them people. You read everybody. Get to reading. Life should be happening through you, but you should be reading the energies around you. And if you don't like them energies around you, you get up in here and you change it. You make them appear to be whatever else you want it to be. All right? All right. Y'all hear me? Okay, I'm about to get up out of here. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for being here. This video was from my heart to yours. Learn some discernment. Get you some. Get you some. It's right up in here. Okay, bye. Yeah.